Good morning and welcome back to the channel. This week I've been privileged enough to be invited into the house of one of the UK's top female professional Ironman triathletes. So I've been to her house and I've had a sneaky look in her wardrobes to see what kit she actually has and how glamorous the life of a professional triathlete is. I'm going to keep you in suspense a little bit. I'm not going to tell you who it is. We're going to see if you can work it out or not. I have got one of her professional tri-suits on at the minute to train in, which is absolutely lovely. This morning is Sunday. I'm going to do a brick session. It's absolutely lashing it down with rain outside, so I am hiding in the pain cave. I'm doing an hour on Zwift, doing some 2 lots of 5 by 2 minutes threshold fun. Not sure fun's the right word, but you know what Zwift's like. So we're going to do a pretty hard hour on Zwift, and then I've got my trainers here and I'm going to jump straight onto the treadmill. I'm just going to do 3 kilometres and I'm going to try and do it at about 5 minutes per kilometre. So we'll see how that goes, and then we'll go and have a look in the wardrobe. Right, see you soon. Work. Let's crack on with what this video is really about then. This week I've been fortunate enough to have been invited by Laura Siddle's parents over to their house to have a look through all of her old kit that's still sat at her house and take home whatever I want from it. So I've been like a little kid in a sweet shop. For those of you that aren't that familiar with Laura Siddle, she's from Nottingham, but then after she went to university she spent most of her life living between New Zealand, Girona, Australia, and then more recently out in Boulder, Colorado, where she trains under Julie Dibbons with a whole load of other professional triathletes. She turned full-time professional in 2014. Since then she's become Ironman champion 4 times. In 2021 she came 7th in the Ironman World Championships in St George. These were actually in the beginning of January of 2022 because of COVID. They got delayed, and then at the end of 2022 she managed to get a 10th at the Ironman World Championships in Kona. So absolutely cracking results to have within the space of a year. Unfortunately, in springtime 2023 she had a bike accident and she sustained a head injury, so since then she's been having a slow recovery back to fitness again. She did compete at the Ironman World Championships in Kona last year and managed to come 16th, which 4.5 months after such a big crash like that is a pretty impressive result. And then in January this year she's kicked off with a 3rd place at Challenge Wanaka.
Hi Deb, Laura Siddle, or Sid here, a professional athlete from the UK originally, but I guess I'm known for being a fairly nomadic global triathlete. I've lived in Australia, New Zealand, Spain, and I'm now a bit more settled in Boulder, Colorado in the US with my coach Julie Dibbons and the JD crew. What's on for this year? Well, I raced pretty early this year. We're headed back to New Zealand and raced Challenge Wanaka and Ironman New Zealand. Didn't have great races, but it was great being back there, having used to live there, and for 2 of my favourite races. I'm now back in Boulder, back at altitude, and probably next race on the calendar is Challenge Rot in Germany. Again, another favourite of mine. Go back there every year, absolutely love it. Loving what you're doing on your YouTube channel, and all the best for the season ahead.
First things first, I've got this amazing tri-suit, which is one of her professional tri-suits. Give you a little twirl. My only concern about having this tri-suit, it's a lovely tri-suit and one that I'd really like to race in, but I am a similar age to Laura Siddle. I'm a similar height, I'm a similar build, I've got similar hair. So I'm a little bit worried that I might go out to a race and everyone's going to go, oh my God, that's Laura Siddle. And then they're going to watch me race and go, oh my God, she's a load of rubbish. So I'm a bit undecided. I've done some training sessions in it and it feels absolutely lovely, but I don't know if I dare race in it or not. I might have to go with me trusty Mansfield stuff. One of the things that I hadn't realised about Laura was that she went to the 2020 Tokyo Paralympic Games, where she was a guide for blind triathletes. So we've got some of her actual training gear from the Paralympic Games. I've also got this t-shirt. I've actually dropped her a message. I want to try and get the story behind this. So she's got a signed t-shirt here. Solitary confinement, 24 to life behind bars. I've got no idea what it's from. But if we zoom in on some of these, we've got some really interesting signatures. We've got Sebastian Kienle, we've got Lisa Norden, we've got Vincent Louis, we've got Nikki Bartlett, Tim Don, Pamela Oliveira, all sorts of people. So I'm going to try and get the backstory as to what that's actually from. Got a couple of her cycling outfits as well, and some gilets. Got this really cool Challenge Roth coat, which is probably worth a fortune. I've also got some PTO Canadian Open t-shirts, Ironman t-shirts, some of her sponsored winter training jackets. I've also got this British Triathlon t-shirt. As you know, I'm trying to qualify for age groups next year, so I wonder if this is an omen. It's a brand new GBR t-shirt. I'm going to keep hold of this and see whether or not I manage to be able to wear it next year or not. We've got some more of the Paralympic kit there. We've got some joggers, and we've got some shorts. We've got a couple of top of the range swimsuits. I think she's still sponsored by De Boer. These look like they've hardly been worn. Sports bras. We've got some Coolmax towels. We've got this really nice British Triathlon sort of matting that you can either use in transition for marking out your space, but also really helpful. It's quite thick back, so use that for standing on in car parks when you're trying to get your wetsuits on. And a British Triathlon bag there. No, didn't get the cats free, already had those. We've got a cool Challenge Wanaka towel. We've got some really cool bags as well. I've got a really nice Challenge family rucksack, and then we've got some Kit Bricks ones as well. And then lastly, I've got this amazing Bambino Pro casque helmet. I've just googled how much these are worth, and they're worth 285 quid. It's got a few scratches on it, but I don't really care about that, to be honest. This helmet fits absolutely lovely. It fits better than my current helmet, if I'm honest. I should hope so, for 285 quid as well. But yeah, that looks super cool. So I'm definitely going to be racing in that for the rest of this season. Got a few other bits and bobs. I've got another tri-suit like this. I've got a couple more really good quality cycling jackets and things that are out with some of the juniors at the minute from the Tri Club, just to try on and see whether they fit. But yeah, I didn't even take half of the stuff that was at her parents' house. So if you live within the Nottingham area or closest to the Nottingham area, and you're interested in getting some of her size small ladies kit, then drop me a message below and I can probably hook you up with her parents and get you a little bit of kit. I gave them just a really small donation, which seemed a little bit embarrassing in the end for how much kit we've come away from for myself and the club with it. But I think they were just pretty pleased to see it going to a good home. So it's been a really amazing experience, to be honest. It's proper it's made my year, if I'm honest. But yeah, I've done a couple of training sessions in this. I've just done my brick session in this tri-suit, and I can officially say her kit makes me go faster. I don't know if that's just the feel-good factor, but I've just managed to thrash out my first ever 7.5 minute mile off the bike. So I'm feeling pretty chuffed with that. If you haven't already, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon for some more triathlon training. Take care.